What's up, Sagittarius friends? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to do sorta, I guess, what I'm calling your monthly reading. I know it's a little bit past March 1st, but you're down to roll with me, right? There's really no timestamp to these messages. They're evergreen, so whenever you stumble upon it, take what resonates, release the rest. Happy to have you returning subscribers. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I truly do. And to the newbies, welcome. I'm happy to have you. I do ask you check out the timestamp below that reads Tarot FAQ and rules so that you can better understand what I'm doing before you hop into these messages. If you're family, welcome back. When you're here, you're family. I think I stole that slogan. All right, let's talk about your tarot cards and what you messages you might need to hear for the coming month or so. So something about a Pisces, that could be a timestamp, something that may be occurring in Pisces season. It could be literally about a Pisces in your life. Maybe about your spirituality, your creativity, your need to escape and be on your own for a bit. Let's see. And then you also have the silly planet card. You have Uranus. I was talking to Cancer about that card. Do I call it Uranus? That sounds so pretentious. Do I call it Uranus? It's Uranus, right? It's not my anus, it's Uranus. All right, moving on. That may have to do with something electrical is what I'm hearing. Something shocking, something unexpected, someone who's very rebellious, someone who they play by their own rules. It could very well be an Aquarius, but let's throw some clarifiers on each. That's what we're going to talk about in this tarot reading. So, and probably some other stuff will come up too. So stick around, Sag. Stick with me. Let's see. Why are we being shown this card? What do you believe in? Are you changing your mind on some sort of belief that you have long withheld? Are you, this is a positive thing, but it's like, are you faltering in your opinions? Or changing your mind? Are you starting to see things from a different perspective and it's allowing you to engage with another person more fully? If at one point in time you felt like you were at odds in a group, like maybe you were the one that stuck out, you were the real different one or the innovative one, it's not that you're conforming per se, but you're starting to see things from another perspective and it's working out for you. It may have to do with your system of beliefs, your faith, your religion, your personal philosophies on life. Yeah, it's almost like you were making it harder on yourself by trying to uphold some sort of standard in your life. And it's not to say it was wrong, but it was very isolating. There was something about where you were having trouble, like, I'm hearing the word penetrating, like getting your thoughts across to other people, because there was something, I'm hearing the words like absurd. I am very intrigued by this message. I'm not sure totally how to make sense of it, other than I can see you struggling. But I think the main message here is when you give a little, you get a lot back. So maybe this has to do with taking baby steps to allow yourself to be comfortable in some sort of social or group setting. I understand there's a bit of anxiety, and for some of you, it feels like you don't want to disobey or turn against your principles, your values, your belief on whatever this is. This could be at work, this could be with your friends, this could be with your family. The thing is, it has nothing to do with like this false, superficial, almost like makeover, transformation. It's not that. It's that I think it really has to do with like understanding better where people are coming from, lending a listening ear, not just speaking, being more sympathetic. Which I know you can do, Sag. I'm not saying those concepts are at odds to you at all, but there's some matter or some situation in your life where you were very opposed to that. And so it's almost like you're dipping your toe in the pool and getting comfortable. But the thing is, you adjust accordingly, and whatever anxiety or stress it brought you, it starts to diminish. You're like, oh, this isn't so hard. I can do this. For some of you, as ridiculous as all those concepts may seem, this could be just like getting comfortable with the idea of approaching someone that you really like, needing to profess a truth to someone, especially your Pisces, having to have a difficult conversation with them that maybe you were avoiding. But the thing is, it works out in your benefit. And for most of you, it works out in a situation of, yes, I want to build with you. Yes, I want to be with you. Yes, I want to work on this thing together. And so there could have been arguments or, I keep hearing confronting. There was something about it where you were very on the fence to move forward with it, but there's a victory in moving forward, doing that thing. And maybe it takes a little bit of bravery, right? But Sagittarius, you're very brave, whether you know it or not. It's like you will find success in this, but there's something about you have to bridge the gap within yourself of allowing yourself to do it. Because a part of you, I am sort of getting the idea of you maybe up on your like moral high horse of, well, I'm not going to do it that way, and it's fine if they want to. But the thing is, I'm not saying you have to, again, conform to the group, but by at least experiencing the way that they do it or hearing what they have to say, there's something very valuable in that for you, okay? Gosh, this is an unusual message. All right, so tell me about... Some of you may be deciding to move forward with a Pisces. Now, that could be romantically or in a job. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Literally, the Sagittarius card and the Pisces card. You also have Pisces here, I believe. It could be that you guys took a long time to get on the same page of what you wanted and desired for the business or for whatever. But I just saw the Emperor. Yeah, especially in business endeavors. You may have to bend a little. You may have to, if at one point in time you were very firm and no, it has to be done this way, if you actually consider it could be a Pisces, whoever, this person's idea, you may see in time, oh shit, like that's actually a really good idea. It actually is going to be beneficial for us all. So don't be too caught up in your own ideas of what is absolute and what is correct. Flexibility, bendability, that's not the right word, but do you know what I mean? There's something very valuable in that, and it's going to help not only you, but it's going to help the group. It may even establish peace among different people as well. Changing your mind, changing your perspective, hearing somebody else out. Tell me what Sag is headed towards. I'm hearing the word induct. Being inducted into a new group, is that, I almost feel like that's like spiritually, or, it could be a metaphor for being like welcomed into the family of some kind. There could be some sort of something where you get a recognition or a title or it's like welcome to the family or welcome to the business or welcome to is there something you've been striving to achieve? Did you have to take some tests or read up on it and take some sort of or give a presentation or like a public speech, and at the end of it, I'm almost seeing like congratulations and like a handshake of like success, you've done it. But not without grappling within yourself for possibly weeks, trying to work up the nerve to do it. Or it's almost like reconcile it in yourself about moving forward with a decision that maybe it wasn't your original vision, it wasn't the way you thought you would do it, but ultimately, I just keep getting something happened and transpired where either you're forced into a corner and you have to do it that way, in which case, again, kind of like get off your high horse, understand maybe this time you got to take one for the team. Either way, it works out well for you. So I don't know if you're put into a corner, that's one scenario, or you may have the agency to choose. All right, we're in a group dynamic and I think my way is best, but so does this person. So are you going to be the one that bends? I have to be honest, in this spread, I think universe is really encouraging that. And even if this isn't an assured victory, there's something valuable to be gained in your one-on-ones with these people or the relationships you're building with groups of people around you. There's a good offer that comes from this. This could be a long-term job offer or a promotion, if that makes sense to any of you. I would even offer, it could be an offer, but almost something in terms of like a commitment, like let's commit to each other. And maybe that's what you were on the fence with. Maybe you were really juggling, well, am I ready for this next step in our relationship? Tell me, what is Sagittarius going towards here? The thing is, it's not torturous. You don't hate it. Obviously, you wouldn't be engaging with it if you did. Parts of it make you a little bit uncomfortable, but that's fear, right? And you're not going to give in to fear, right? We're not going to operate and make decisions out of fear, right? We're leaving that behind. And I just keep getting, you will settle into this. It may be uncomfortable or awkward at first, but you will settle in and find your footing. You absolutely will. It's not as scary as you're making it out to be, Sagittarius. Have faith. This card literally says, I believe. What do you believe? The power of positivity, for one thing. I believe this will all work out. I believe that we will work well as a group. You're right. Then you will, right? Set the intention and move forward that way. Yeah, you're ascending to the next level. You've graduated for something, or graduated onto something bigger, better. You have a new perspective, absolutely, having gone through the situation where there could have been a moment where it was quite humbling. Maybe the group decided to go with your decision or your choice or whatever, and it ended up leading us astray or led them astray. And so maybe now you're a bit humbled and you're stepping back like, oh, maybe I shouldn't always insert my opinion or whatever. I'm not saying that. By all means, I think you should contribute. Because this very much feels like a group dynamic, like a family or I don't know. It could be romantic. If it is, by all means, take it and run with it. For some of you, it could be engagement, right? It could be moving to the next level with your person. Whatever this is, though, you have a newfound perspective on it, and that fills you with a lot of confidence, and there's peace of mind attached to it. Taking some sort of scary step that required a lot of courage or a lot of self-restraint. As much as you want to jump in and save the day, it's almost like you're being asked to step back and let the others figure it out. This could even be something with your kids. I don't know exactly what this is, but doing that thing that it's hard for you to do, it either makes you nervous or apprehensive or gives you anxiety. If you let it unfold naturally, you will adjust. You will become more familiarized with this. There will be a sense of comfort that comes from it. But also with that, there's a tremendous step of there's a sense of victory and pride. Because you've done something new that maybe was always difficult or a struggle for you. And it's like a basic building block now that you can use as you build your path forward. I know I'm giving you a lot of generalizations, so I'm hoping you guys are watching this going, yes, I know exactly what that is. If you don't, hey, maybe it's not your message this week, but that may make sense later. Sometimes leading the group is very effective when you lead by example, but not necessarily vocally. I'm almost getting when you lead in silence. Does that make sense? Because I do think there's something very, very Sagittarian, and you guys are like a fire sign. You draw people's eye. People are very intrigued by you. You typically have a lot of kind of clout or charisma, or however you want to say it. But because of that, you don't have to say much. People are naturally interested in you. And it's almost like without even knowing, you often take on a leadership role, whether you want it or not, because people look up to you and respect you. And so I'm struggling with this because for some of you, you're not aware of that. And for others of you, you are. And that's been an issue because it's not that you've abused that power. It's that you may have taken it for granted. And so you may have become overconfident to lead a group. And then you made a false move and then it crushed you because it felt like the weight of the world came down on your decision and it impacted the group. Again, I think you're making it out to be a scarier monster than it really is. But yeah, for some of you, it's like taking a step back. It's almost like the key to the next chapter is leading by example, but it's not necessarily done vocally. That in itself feels like it has a lot of deeper messages to it. But I'm struggling with it a bit, so I'm hoping you can fill in the gap there. Some of you are making an offer to join businesses or partnerships, join worlds with an earth sign, and that in itself will be a victory. Because it's like the mixture of practicality and passion, those two hand in hand, it's like there's a victory there, there's a success. Some of you are allowing your child to go off to a college or to go off and join something. It could be, I don't know, the army. It could be something that you maybe don't necessarily agree with. It's not your idea of what this child is meant to do or become, but ultimately it's saying, but it's their life. So at what point are you going to release and let go of them? And that could have been your story growing up too, Sagittarius. You may have had a parent who was a little bit controlling or manipulative, but more likely from a place of love, of wanting to show you the correct path and save you some steps. But ultimately, it was in your missteps that you learned the most lessons. That's a theme and a metaphor that keeps coming through here a lot. So overall, I mean, these cards are really positive, though. In fact, I don't really have anything negative to say, which maybe that's why I'm struggling, because I'm like, well, what's the issue here? So, I mean, you seem to have some kick-ass cards this week. Tell me about the Pisces. What if they're dealing specifically with the Pisces? What's the deal there? In like one or two cards. Thank you. The Emperor, business endeavors that may have ended, or there was a feeling of, why did that have to happen? Why did that have to transpire? It could be something with your father too. A Pisces, Aries, cusper, or a father figure. There's something strong coming in with your career, but there's also humbling lessons involved. It's not about quitting. It's about accepting the knowledge, that the wisdom from your wounds, the wisdom from your errors or your mistakes. It's not about beating yourself up. It's understanding these errors or mistakes were crucial so that you could build the empire properly, having newfound wisdom. And again, that may have to do with a Pisces or an Aries. What is this world? So after this graduation, which is probably a metaphor for most of you, but a new chapter of your life. You're connecting to the divine again. It's like a release on your spiritual path. You're headed in a new direction. Some of you may be involved in speeches or lectures or teaching or using your words and language of communication, especially for my teachers, that whole metaphor of lead by example. It's all, I don't know why I'm being called to say this, but it's like, don't tell them, show them. Don't talk the talk, walk the walk, and the right people will follow you. You may be involved, you may have a communications degree, you may be involved in some sort of career where whether you're writing blog posts or writing books or giving speeches, doing podcasts, you have a lot of wisdom. You will have a lot of important thoughts, but I think you're struggling to get the audience you want, or you're struggling for your words to land correctly with the right people. Again, with a little bit of negotiation or a little bit of, it's going back to the drawing board, but it's not abandoning what you've already started. It's adjusting it ever so slightly so that there's a victory in your words and what you're saying and what you're thinking and what you're communicating. But I will offer you, there's something very valid or important about doing it ever so slightly differently. If your gut reaction is to always do it this way, but it hasn't quite blown up the way you thought it would, maybe readjust, maybe allow them to go first, maybe, do you know, and like quite literally the way I'm spitballing with these cards, it's like you have to do that too. But these are very good cards that could result in a job offer, recognition, an award, quite literally a degree, graduating, going through the motions to achieve something great. There's a victory. That's what the Ace of Swords is. It's a brand new start and it's a victory. There's a lot of glory and pride attached to it. There you are again. You have all these doubles. Wow, Sagittarius. That's insane. So I'm using the Rider-Waite deck, kind of like your standard tarot deck, twice. Look at this. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I don't know, 14-ish cards. 3 of them are the exact doubles, right? Same deck. I'm using it twice. So that says to me, of these 14 cards, which is not a lot, 3 of them are exactly the same, so those are very important messages. The Knight of Wands, that is very Sagittarian energy. Knights always bring change and movement into our life. In the Wand suit, which is you guys, you are a fire sign, it's about action, motivation, passion. It's about curiosity. It's about fun. It's about excitement. I always say this is like my Indiana Jones night. He's all about the adventure and the thrill of it. Is he having fun? He or she, right? If the Knight of Wands isn't having fun, they're going to dip, right? They're out. Is it invigorating? Is it thrilling? Is it exciting? Is that what you need to implement in this new beginning with your words, with your speech, with your thoughts, with your communications? Is there something that needs to be severed or cut to make room for more productive use of your time that is arguably more enjoyable, more enlightening, more fulfilling at the end of the day? And then you have 3 of Pentacles. So again, this is a card of earth energy. Earth develops organically. It can't be forced or rushed. It needs to be erected or constructed in a practical manner, right? One brick at a time. You can't rush the building of your empire. But it's also saying this could get done a lot faster or more efficiently when we include the group, when we utilize the skills and abilities, the talents of others. So it's not just a one-man or one-woman show. It's not about just I and the self. This is a two-way street. This is a two-way conversation. This is a three-way conversation, right? This could be groups of people, especially in the work environment or friendship group where, you know, many hands make light work. Many minds could bring this idea into fruition quicker. Yeah, it's something about it will increase the speed or the ability to do this, but not necessarily for fast or rushed results. It will increase the speed so that you can get... It's not for the sake of rushing it, just for the sake of doing it fast. It's so that you can progress to the next level, so that you can graduate from just the building blocks to, okay, but what are we actually doing now? There's something about group work here. You do have a lot of people showing up, so there could be a collaboration between you and another fire sign as well. If you're, I don't know if this is romantic. It could be. It certainly could be. There also is kind of like a lot of twin flamey dynamic stuff here. It could be something with a Gemini, but I have a lot of doubles, like a lot of doubles. So the number 2, duality, twins, the second house, your money, your finances, your value of self, your... yeah, it's like the way you value your identity. And anyway, something with an earth sign might be coming in, or if it's not an earth sign, it's a job offer. But you have you have many cards of victory and success. So whatever you're doing, I think you're doing it right. You just may need to adjust ever so slightly to start seeing more results come in, to see the reward of your efforts, Sagittarius. All right, let's talk about this guy over here. Yeah, it's funny. I keep getting this message, and I do think it's significant because the planet Uranus, right, it recently went into the zodiac sign of Taurus, right? So see where Taurus lies in your birth chart, because that's an area of life where you may see erratic changes, right? If it's falling in your first house, your identity may undergo erratic changes. If it's falling in your seventh house of partnership, your relationships, business contracts, marriage may undergo erratic changes. If it's in your 11th house of friendship, unusual, bizarre things may happen with friendships, both good and bad, right? There is no set yay or nay on Uranus energy. It's because it's unpredictable. By nature, it's unpredictable. So things can happen sporadically, erratically, that are beautiful blessings, right? Don't make this something that is to be feared. If anything, with these cards so far, it's just the opposite. Something magical happens, but it happens unexpectedly. I say unexpectedly because, yes, that is sort of this card's energy, but I almost think it happens unexpectedly to you because you didn't know the universe was watching this all play out. And it's like they're waiting to see what your move is and how you handle this position of authority or leadership, which again, it may not even be that official title. It could even be among the group of your friends or your people. They look to you as the leader, and I'm going to get cheesy here, but it's like Spider-Man, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Universe is watching what you do with this responsibility. Are you hogging the airtime? Are you being a showboater? Are you using that power in an effective way to help the group dynamic, or are you using it for more selfish reasons? Are you using your power or your likability, your popularity to put others down? Again, I'm not saying you are. I don't even get that, but I'm giving you an example of like, make good on the tools, the talents, the skills, the power that you have. Use it in a good manner that you feel like at the end of the day, you're accomplishing something great or doing something good. Yes, for yourself, absolutely, but for others as well. There's an unexpected blessing that comes from the universe because they're watching this play out. And again, please don't shoot the messenger. I say this with like love and compassion. It's a very positive message, but it's almost like in areas of life where you used to be a little bit immature, or maybe you used to be a little bit of a drama queen, or you maybe used to stir the pot because it was kind of fun. There was like an immaturity that you've graduated from. You're still fun, Sagittarius. You're still silly, but something that you used to do just to get your kicks. Or the opposite. Maybe you used to run from your problems because it got too real and too serious. Somehow it's like you've come back around to recognize, oh, the best way to deal with that situation is to face it head on, to be courageous and confident and to not run from it, or to do the right thing, to make good on things you said you were going to do but never delivered on, whatever that is, right? Again, for some of you, it promotes a little bit of anxiety or struggle or frustration, but you will bridge that gap because I can see you're going to move forward and make good on it. And that's the universe, like, I'm hearing like Robert De Niro, like, you, like the universe is looking at you like, Sagittarius, I knew you could do it. It's really cute. I like that message. What am I thinking of? I'm hearing like I don't know if it's like a movie quote. I'm hearing Billy Madison. Do you know that really ridiculous sequence where there's some like musical sequence where, I don't know. Oh, well, he's graduating, right? Doesn't he go back to school or something? Anyway, some of you may be going back to school to get a different degree, whatever. But I'm hearing Veronica Vaughn say, oh, Billy, I knew you had it in you. Do you guys know that part? I mean, if you don't, I sound like a crazy person, but I'm literally hearing that. It's like universe is so excited because you did the unthinkable. You beat the odds. You did the thing you were afraid to do, and the universe is like, I knew you had it in you. It's really cute, Sagittarius. All right. In fact, some of you may be getting a lot of recognition from a female in your life. It could be your sister. It could be your wife. It could be your mother. It could be your daughter. You get like mad props. This is so dumb. All these terminologies I'm hearing. You get a lot of recognition from a very close person in your life who's female, and having their praise means the world to you. Because maybe it's someone you felt like they never respected you or they looked down upon you. I don't think that was the case. I think that was self-imposed, more or less, right? I mean, maybe this isn't, your favorite person in the world, but something about it without prying for it, you naturally get this person's praise or recognition, and it feels so good. That's awesome, Sagittarius. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about unexpected blessings or whatever this is. I mean, I'll read whatever comes up, but... Some of you are going to be athletes, or you're going to do something of great physical strength with your body. You may lose a lot of weight. You may transform your life into a more healthy lifestyle. You may kick the habit. You may clean or sober up or something like that. You do something very great with your body and your health. You've been doing a lot of research. You've read about it. Some of you may enter into some sort of competition. Wow. Okay, so I don't know if this is like I'm almost getting something like a Tough Mudder or whatever it's called. You know what I mean? Like some sort of athletic competition. And the thing is, I think a lot of you are toying with entering it. But again, there's that fear of, oh, well, I'm not very good. I've only been doing this for a few months. There's something amazing. And it's not this exact circumstance, right? You know, think outside the box. But there's something where you kind of, not begrudgingly, but hesitantly decide to do something like, well, okay, I guess I have nothing to lose. And you fucking smoke the competition and it comes out of nowhere. Like you win the thing and you were like, I'm new. Like I've only been doing this for like 2 weeks now. Something amazing and great happens. And again, look where this planet falls in your birth chart right now. It's in Taurus. So whatever house is ruled by the zodiac sign Taurus, unexpected blessings are going to happen there. So astro.com, that can tell you all your birth chart and whatever if you input your information. I don't know that because it's individual for all of you. But this is something, you've been thinking about doing and universe is saying, do it. Like, obviously, use your judgment as long as it's safe, but take a leap of faith. Do something that's slightly outside of the comfort zone, especially intellectually or something that has to do with your mind, something that is mentally stimulating. I don't know why this is coming through. Maybe it's for your child, but I'm almost getting something like a spelling bee or even like something like a Scrabble competition or something that involves like the mind, your words, your speech, your writing, it involves your intellect and Sag. Like you have that in spades, but it's putting it into some sort of effort or endeavor that you feel sort of out of your element, but the thing is you don't even know. It's always been your element. You just didn't discover it yet. This is so cool. I love your reading. No risk, no reward. I don't have to tell you that, Sag, of all the zodiac signs. Yeah, this is new. This is new and it's so fun. You're going to have a reaction of, why didn't I do this sooner? I don't know. Why didn't you? Because you had a lot of trepidation about it. Fear was stopping you. You were making it out to be a monster. You were looking at everything that could go wrong versus everything that could go right. If I had a dime for every time I said that in a tarot reading, right? Again, not my most classic Sagittarian message, but if you believe there will be a downfall, if you believe you will fail, then you will. That's what you manifest. So you may as well tell yourself that you're going to succeed, right? With flying colors. Rarely does the power of positivity ever hurt us. Obviously, we have to be grounded and in touch with reality. We can't wear rose-tinted glasses and believe the whole wide world is, a magical place. Though I would argue you kind of can. You're going to have your ass handed to you a few times, but honestly, it's what you make of it. What you make out of failure it informs how your path is going to go moving forward. And that's something that I actually really love about the Sagittarian energy is I think you guys have a reputation for, always the optimist. I'm not sure you agree with that, right? I mean, you all are diverse people out there, but that's sort of what I mean about there's something so infectious or, addictive, or I don't know what the right word is, but people like being around that energy, right? Because you're up, you're happy, you're gleeful, there's a Peter Pan-like mentality to the Fool. To die will be an awfully big adventure. That's sort of how I view this reading. Some of you've become so immune, adaptive to an environment that is not healthy that you see it as your safety zone, or because it is familiar, you assume it's what's best for you. You assume it's safe. And universe is saying it's time to jump from the burning building, right? Like save yourself. Essentially, the tower says you're locked up in a situation or a circumstance, a job possibly, or a relationship where it's just unhealthy. It's run its course, but because it's familiar, it's like, oh, well, this is my life. And you could be reaching so much higher, but it does take a risk of walking away from something and starting fresh and starting new. But it's all about your mentality. If you say, well, if I leave this, I may never find a good job, or I may never find a person with the same connection or whatever, then you're right. That's your truth. This is about changing your truth. And I have to say it, there's a time and a place for this message, and it's it here. This is a good time to swing more optimistic, to swing more positive. Yes, there will always be things you don't like. There will always be the shit sandwich you have to eat every now and then, right? But it doesn't have to be that way if that's not the way you view it. Choose your battles, pick your battles is what I'm trying to say. I almost think that you guys have been in a scenario that has been so draining in some sense for so long, it could only improve, but the longer you stay in this dark tower, and this is, of course, metaphor, guys, right? The longer you stay in this environment with this person in that situation, that at minimum, it just doesn't make you happy. It's just kind of lackluster or whatever. You're delaying the inevitable, which is that you're going to discover some sort of gift or talent or even like fun group of people in your life, especially, like 11th house type stuff. Partnerships, friendship groups. It could even be romantic partners. Don't settle. You can stay here as long as you want. Ultimately, the tower kind of says they're going to kick you out eventually because you've overstayed your welcome. But don't be afraid to go off in a new direction because adventure awaits you and it's going to be very exciting and there will be unexpected blessings that come when you take that leap of faith. And I do keep getting something like you do have good luck, right? A lot of you do. I shouldn't generalize, but you are associated with the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's like when you start to turn the wheel on your own accord, when you make the decision to hit the gas, to move forward, right? Unexpected blessings come. Lucky, fortuitous circumstances that you never could have planned. You never saw them coming. A lot of you don't realize the tower moment you already went through was a blessing, even though it doesn't feel like it. Something very traumatic that you had to go through. You come out a victor on the other side of it. Because you have no choice, right? You have to walk away from the shitstorm, the building that's on fire. And when you do, you discover something so much better. But for some of you never would have left on your own accord. So universe essentially had to force you out. This is positive, guys. This is really positive. Wrapping it up for Sagittarius. Is anybody still out there? Did anybody make it to 30 minutes in? Put down the heavy stuff that doesn't serve you. I just heard fuck the police. Can you see this Nine of Wands? It's like an angry bunny flipping the bird. This is a wacky deck. I just heard fuck the police. No, don't do that. I mean, unless you're dating a police officer, then yes, fuck the police. But no. I'm not telling you to bend the law or break the law. I think I'm telling you to break your own law. That goes back to the first message. Your own principle of, well, I'm only going to do it this way. And you can be a little bit of like a, I don't know if zealot, like a dogma, a little bit like this is the way and we enforce it. And like you have very strong belief systems, right? I know this doesn't make sense to some of you, but you're going to have a change of heart. You're going to have a change of mind. You're going to have a change of principle, a change of thought. You may even have a change of like identity. The thing is, this is like the butterfly emerging from the cocoon. It was long overdue. You were never meant to stay in the cocoon. You embrace this new chapter and it's so much more lighthearted. You're leaving behind whatever was 10 of Wands. And in a sense, I have to be careful with how I phrase this, right? But there is this sense of like, fuck it. In a positive way, it's not fuck it because everything in life sucks. But more or less, it's like, if you have nothing to lose, then why not try something new? You guys have a lot of trepidation about doing something different or leaving something behind. And I don't know what that is, but you have 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, heavy endings. Like, let's just get it over with. And 3 of Swords. If I leave all this behind and it's familiar and it's all I've ever known, well, who am I going to hurt in the process? But what about you? Are you sacrificing your own life to stay in this job with this person in this situation, and are you unhappy? Whatever this is feels very light and very happy and very positive. But then like the further I get, the novel starts to turn, or the storyline starts to turn in a more depressing direction. So 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Okay, so this is ultimately the same message. Game over. There's something that is quite literally ending. And so again, some of you will choose to jump from the burning building. Metaphors, again, please don't jump from a building. Though some of you, that actually does seem important. You have a lot of fire. So are you dating like a firefighter or something like that? That's honestly, that's kind of coming through for a reason. But anyway, Literally a firefighter too. Are you fighting with someone? Is someone fighting fire with fire, right? Metaphors. Some of you will jump from this burning building on your own accord, aka leave a situation that is unhealthy or unhappy, whatever it is. Others of you are staying there because you feel stuck and the universe is like, nope, and they're going to rescue you. I would take accountability. I would take ownership. I would make the decisions for yourself. Be the agent of change in your life. Don't wait for the universe to throw it at you. I think that's good advice for anyone. But ultimately, you're not going to be in this depressing situation much longer, because either the universe will force you to move or you're going to raise your vibration. A lot of you're going to have a talk with your friend, and your friend is going to inspire you to make this change because they're confirming everything you were already thinking and feeling. It's almost like you just need to hear it from someone else who you love and trust. That could have been your double ace of swords too. Again, that conversation could be, there could be epiphanies that happen, especially in a social group of friends, especially at someone's birthday party. So maybe it's a Pisces. All right, something like that. All right, Sag. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. Let's end on a happy note. I will see you next Tuesday for more tarot readings. All the best to you guys. Please do remember to like, share, subscribe. That really, really does help me. Bye. Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading.